The Ace Ranger Kickers has been designed to take some of the pain out of creating bent hook and withy pull and sit up and beg rigs that you'd normally have done out of shrink tube. The convenience of these is that they're actually all pre-formed, so there's no need to carry a kettle around, which is particularly great when you're fishing like short day sessions and you might not want to be carrying all that extra brew kit. Just literally open the packet, tie your rig up and slip them on. They come in 3 varieties, so what we'll do, we're going to look at each one separately in a minute, but I'd say 3 varieties here. There's 2 sizes sit up and beg rig, there's a withy pull, and then there's the very commonly used liner. So what we'll do now, I'll take a look at each one individually and show you a rig that we've tied up using them. Right, the first one we're going to look at here is the sit up and beg rig. Now, I'll be honest, the reason I'm going to show you this first because it's actually my most favourite one, or the one I'm using the most at the moment, and it creates a very aggressive pop-up rig. So let me show you. It's available in 2 sizes. I've only got the 1 pack at the moment, which is the standard size, but it comes in the standard and also a mini, which is particularly better for the smaller hooks, like from 8s and 8s downwards. In fact, I've got a couple here in my hand, and I can show you these so you can get a comparison on the size. As I say, they also come in 3 different colours, in the weed, in the silt and the gravel options. What I've done here, I'm going to actually just show you, this is a rig that's been created using the sit up and beg tubes. So as you can see, creates a very aggressive pop-up, and that actually incorporates a little tungsten bead, which we'll talk about later. So as I say, that at the moment is my in rig. I've been using it for probably 3 years now. Originally started off creating it using shrink tube, which is one of the driving factors, if you like, to designing the pre-formed kickers. Saves an awful lot of time. Right, so we'll put that one down and we'll go now for the second one. Now, this is the withy pull version, and to a degree it creates a sort of similar type rig as the sit up and beg version. Nice thing about these again is that you don't actually have to use them just the exact shape they are. You can customise the length of them by trimming them back and shortening them if you want to create all sorts of other different rigs. So really that's down to your own imagination. But here's a version that I've tied up of the withy pull, and you can see again this is a much smoother curve flowing round, using a little short curved shank hook here. Again, very effective rig. This can be used for bottom baits as well as pop-ups, where the first rig I showed you, the sit up and beg rig, I only use on pop-ups. So I'll say that there, very effective. Also you can cut this down, as I said, if you want to create just an extensions to curved hook rigs for bottom baits and things. And again, this one here, you'll notice I've incorporated a little tungsten bead at the bottom because they're much neater. But I'll show you a little bit later on when we talk about the beads how I whip that in and keep that captured on the rigs. So that's the withy pull rig, and again very effective. And that just leaves me now to pick up and talk about the liner, which is probably the most popular rig out there for everybody. Right, so we'll put that rig down and we'll come on to the third kicker, which is actually the liner. Now that's probably is the one that'll be most familiar to people out there. I'm sure everybody uses liners on their rigs. So again, just the ultimate inconvenience. Here it is. Here's a rig that I've tied up. Now this is showing the liner version, and this is tied onto one of our new Boilie Beak points. As you can see, it creates a really neat, tidy little kicker. And the big beauty about this, and with all of the other kickers, that they're all reusable. So unlike shrink tube, when you've got to cut up your old rigs, you've wasted it. These you can take off and you can use them 2 or 3 times. So it actually works out better value as well. There you go, I'll hold the rig up there just to show you how it would sit, and you'll notice this, you know, this material actually is quite stiff, so it actually looks and behaves just like shrink tube. So it's really shrink tube, all the benefits and none of the disadvantages. Anyway, that kind of concludes the range of the kickers, so time to move on.